Hi dancers, today we're going to talk about how to take a backward step if you're a short person. So I'm pretty short, I'm 5'3.5" on a good day, and I've danced with some very, very tall partners. So if they've got long legs and I'm trying to keep up with them, I really have to be able to take a nice long backward step. So here's some things that you can do if you're a short person having to dance backward. So usually it's the ladies that have this issue. When you take a backward step, you usually want to extend your whole foot. It's real common to just kind of stick your foot back there with your knee bent, but that doesn't give you a very long stride. So you want to kind of move your thigh back and let your back leg straighten, even if your front leg is bending. Notice that if I've got my back leg straight and I bend my front leg more, my back toe will move. So that gives me a longer stride, so that helps. Also, you want to try to get the tippy toe of your shoe on the floor as you're traveling. This can be uncomfortable if you're not used to it, but if you're traveling back with a flat foot, it really shortens your stride and it makes it much more difficult for you to get out of your partner's way. So you want the tippy toe of your shoe on the floor, you want your knee pretty straight, not locked, but pretty straight, and you want to extend back from your hip flexor so your whole thigh is moving. Also, let your front leg help you. If you're doing a progressive dance, you want to usually use the whole foot so that you're rolling from the ball of the foot through the heel. Notice that allows your back toe to travel even further. So that gives you some extra distance. It can take some practice to have enough balance and control to do that, but it's very, very helpful, again, to roll all the way through that front foot into the heel so you get this thing called a toe release. The next thing you can do, if that doesn't give you a big enough stride because your partner's just got these super long legs and wants to take big strides, is you can actually imagine that your leg extends all the way up to your hip and allow that hip to swing back a little bit along with the leg. So you've got your foot, you've got your thigh, and now you've got your hip going back as well, so that you can imagine your leg starts here at the waist and you can take a bigger step that way. So that gives you the opportunity to get your leg way out of your partner's way. When my partner is very, very tall and wants to take very large steps, I'll even imagine that extends all the way up to my rib cage so that I'm dancing with my partner and I'm really, as he starts to travel or as he bends his knees and indicates that he's about to take a step, I'm gonna start my leg all the way up my rib and really start to swing back while trying to keep my head and chest lifted so that my whole body is getting out of the way. That gives me the opportunity to really take a very large step. Now, hopefully you won't have to do that. If you are struggling to keep up with your partner, please just ask him to take smaller steps. Back steps are much harder than forward steps, and us girls are usually a lot shorter than our partners, so there's no shame in asking him to give you a break. But there are some exercises that you can do to make this a little bit easier. So I often will have my partners stand with their hand on, a couch or a chair back and just extend the leg back and try lifting. That helps you sort of identify all those muscles along the back of your back and your rear end and your leg that helps you feel comfortable with your leg behind you, so that you don't feel that you always have to have your back foot on the floor. That's a common error that beginners that are going backward often make, is they kind of reach their heel to the floor and tend to lead with their shoulders, and that can cause a lot of problems. You end up getting stepped on a lot when you do that. So whether you're the leader or the follower, even if you're taller than your partner, you're probably gonna have to try a little to get your foot out of your partner's way as you move. And we definitely don't want to lead from the shoulders and have the heels land on the floor very early. It works much better if you keep your weight towards your partner, almost like you're leaning on a ladder, and allow those legs to sweep out away from you and behind your shoulders. So I hope that helps a little bit. Keep practicing.